You know, in golf, we're constantly told that new is always better. But what if I told you that a 15-year-old set of clubs could actually be a secret weapon for your game? Today, we're going to challenge that idea that you have to spend a ton of money to play good golf. So that's the big question, right? Every single year, a new driver, new irons, all promising to fix your game. But is that really true? We're about to find out if some older tech can really hold its own against today's super expensive gear. And let's be honest, the marketing pressure is just relentless. You're bombarded with ads promising more distance, more forgiveness, straighter shots, as long as you're willing to shell out the big bucks for the latest model. It keeps the industry going, for sure, but is it always helping the average player? All right, so let's meet our contender. We're gonna hop in the time machine and go all the way back to 2009. We're looking at a set of irons that was designed for a very specific purpose, a purpose that a lot of senior golfers are still chasing today: pure speed and distance. And here it is, the TaylorMade Burner 09. Now, if you were playing golf back then, you know this club was an absolute game changer. And you know what? It doesn't even look dated. It looks like a machine built for one thing and one thing only: to launch that ball high, far, and with almost zero effort. I mean, this design just screams confidence for the average golfer, doesn't it? Sure, the pros might want a razor-thin blade, but for the rest of us, seeing that thick top line and that big, wide sole when you're standing over the ball, it just tells your brain, hey, don't worry, you got this. It's gonna be hard to miss. See, this club was part of the super fast era of engineering. The whole idea was just make everything lighter: the head, the shaft, the grip, you name it. And the physics here are pretty simple, right? A lighter club means you can swing it faster without having to swing any harder. That's free speed. For senior golfers, that's like finding gold. Okay, so how on earth can technology from 15 years ago possibly compete with the high-tech stuff we have today? Well, the answer is under the hood, in an engine that was truly, truly ahead of its time. The secret sauce here is something TaylorMade called inverted cone technology. Now, to put it simply, they basically milled the inside of the club face so it was thicker in the very center and got thinner as you moved out. The result? The hot part of the face, the sweet spot, became absolutely gigantic. And this quote from someone testing the clubs, well, it tells the whole story. We all miss the center of the face, that's just golf. But to hit one off the toe and only lose 10 yards, that is the kind of crazy forgiveness you expect from brand new clubs that cost you well over $1,000. Now let's get back to that wide sole for a second. Its main job is to pull the club's center of gravity way down low and far back from the face. For any golfer out there who struggles to get the ball up in the air, this design is a total lifesaver. It basically just wants to scoop the ball up and send it flying. And that sole is a real workhorse because it's doing double duty. When you're out on the course, it acts kind of like a skid plate on a truck. So if you're in some thick rough, instead of the club digging in and getting stuck, it just glides right through the turf. That only saves your shot, it saves your wrists from that awful, painful jolt. All right, so let's really zero in now on how all these different features come together to create what might just be the perfect club for the challenges that a lot of senior golfers face. So, how is this thing perfect for the over 60 player? Well, first, the stock graphite shafts are super light, but they also come in a Senior M Flex that's much easier on stiff backs or arthritic hands. Plus, the graphite itself is great at dampening those nasty, painful vibrations you feel on a miss hit. And now for my favorite part, the built-in slice fix. As we get older, our hips don't rotate as fast as they used to. That can leave the club face open when you hit the ball, and that causes that weak shot that flies off to the right. Well, the offset on this club, that little bend in the neck, it gives you a split-second delay. It's just enough time for your hands to catch up, square the face, and turn that slice into a powerful, straight shot. Okay, so this all leads us to the grand finale, the verdict, and the $1,000 question. Or really, the more than $1,000 question. Is all this new equipment really worth it? So you walk into a golf shop today, you want a new set of game improvement irons, you better brace yourself for some serious sticker shock. You're easily looking at a price tag of $1,200, and honestly, probably a lot more. That is a major, major investment. Now, let's look at our contender. You hop online, do a quick search on the used market, and you can find a set of these Burner 09s in fantastic condition for around $150. Seriously, just think about that for a second. The difference is just staggering. This quote right here, it just sums up everything perfectly. Look, has golf technology gotten better in 15 years? Yeah, of course. But those improvements are tiny, incremental gains. A few yards here, a little more forgiveness there. The point is, with these older clubs, you get almost all of the performance for a tiny, tiny fraction of the cost. And this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? Look at that tiny little gap in performance compared to that giant, enormous gap in price. The value here is, well, it's pretty much impossible to argue with. You're paying so much more for such a little gain. So, to wrap it all up, the TaylorMade Burner 09 irons are iconic for a reason. They deliver on every single promise a high handicap or senior golfer is looking for. We're talking high launch, massive forgiveness, easy distance, a built-in slice fix, and just incredible, undeniable value for your money. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? In an industry that is completely obsessed with the next big thing, maybe it's time we all looked back a little bit to find some real, genuine value. So I'll ask you, do classic clubs like these still have a place in your bag? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.